Sunday, January 17. The world's tallest building just got completed within the last month or so. It's in Dubai. It's 227 stories high. So what's that make it about? Around 2,300 feet high. If every floor was 10 feet. And there's a mosque near the top of it. Dubai is trying to step up into the tourist industry, it seems like. Trying to make something attractive about their part of the world. Don't you think it's kind of strange, though, that right on the Persian Gulf, a very volatile and on the brink of serious instability, is this building just like an accident waiting to happen, or is it bait for the terrorists, or bait for those who the terrorists want to kill? Is it a terrorist trap instead of a tourist trap? I mean, think about it. The American Navy ships, one by one as they go through the Persian Gulf, the Straits of Hormuz, being taunted and tormented and played tricks on by the little Iranian Navy gunboats, speedboats, patrol boats, John boats, whatever you want to call them. Then they try to set us up, so we go chase them off and go blow them out of the water so that they have a reason to do something more hostile towards us. Now, this building, the largest in the world, standing out like a sore thumb there on the beach at Dubai, part of the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, one of the only countries, there were only 3, one of the only countries to recognize the Taliban as the official government of Afghanistan. There are only 3 countries that did so in the years leading up to 9/11 and the World Trade Center bombings took place. And the United States went into Afghanistan and took out the Taliban. The Taliban now. And those countries are Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates, featuring Dubai. Yes. Not exactly a center for modern thought, unless you consider fundamentalist Islamic thought to be modern and contemporary, being that gods are eternal beings. At least they allege that Allah is an eternal being. Then hence it goes that his word would not change, and so neither should theirs. And it hasn't. They would do anything to establish Islam all over the world, including some of those in their faith who are in lofty positions of authority and power and influence, would not consider it beyond the scope of ideas and strategies to martyr their own people and nation. So, you want to make Dubai the next Sin City, or at least have it appear that way to the secular tourist with all the modern day demons and addictions such as gambling, prostitution, who might see it as an adventure to go to a place like Dubai and throw their money around and get caught in this terrorist trap. And then maybe one day it happens that the United States Navy or someone else is chasing somebody around that area for those reasons. It's a hit or miss thing, and accidentally this giant tower is taken down by the Americans, the great Satan, or the Israelis are implicated in such a heinous act. And let's say the whole Islam world now is united because now it's tit for tat. 9/11 for 9/11. Of course they're going to blame us because we blamed them in general. And so they're going to blame us in general, you see. It's bait. It's an accident waiting to happen, especially with the mosque way up there, especially if there's disagreeing factions of Muslims who actually blow it up themselves instead. You know, like they accuse George Bush of being in some kind of conspiracy to destroy the World Trade Center on 9/11 and implicate the Arabs who financed Al-Qaeda. So what if they did the same thing in reverse? Wouldn't this be the perfect place for it? Only this time they really did it. Not just whoever smelt the Delta thing where Bush is wrongfully accused, and it's widespread belief because it keeps on getting hammered home, and nobody who is an opponent of Bush ever refuted it, including the great one, the Pharaoh, Barack Hussein Obama, pissed me upon him. So therefore, because of his lack of speaking out and speaking up in defense for previous president and what should be his nation also, Barack Obama's nation, seeing he's the president of it and everything, he looked at it as a good place, the good guys, doesn't speak up in defense of his country, of America, for that very reason, to acquit the United States of any of these acts with which they have been accused around the world. So anyway, it seems like this building in this area of the world, Dubai, are just waiting to contribute, to make their contribution to the never-ending global war of terror against anyone who is not Islamic later.